Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to this work in progress showing at this residency called Performance Project. I'm Deniz Khateri. I'm the creator of this show. I won't stay too long. I'm just here to welcome you, and somebody told me I need to give an artist statement so that the audience can relate better. One of the advantages of being an artist is that you get to invite your audience to see an image the way you see it. Tonight, you'll see my hometown the way I see it, not the way you see it on the news. I'm from Tehran, Iran. The map of Iran famously looks like a cat sitting. There are some rumors and misunderstandings about Iran since I've come to the US. I've been hearing them, and I just want to talk about them a little bit. Unfortunately, we don't ride camels. German cars and French cars are very popular. There are a lot of stray cats living their best lives, getting fed and petted by people. Women make up over 60% of the students in higher education, and they can drive and smoke and be managers, etc. There are rights that they don't have. They can't show their hair and body in public. They can't cheat on their husbands, but their husbands are allowed to cheat on them and get married up to 40 times. Some of you may not know that the spoken language in Iran is Farsi. It shares many alphabets with Arabic, but it's a different language. Whenever I go home, I feel like my English gets worse. سلام، من دنیز خاطری هستم، سازنده این شو. خیلی اینجا نمیمونم، میخواستم فقط بهتون خوش آمد بگم و یه سری چیز در مورد این شو بهتون بگم. اول اینکه سال 1393 من مهاجرت کردم به آمریکا و چند سال بوستون بودم تا اینکه اومدم نیویورک. I came to the US in 2013. I'm the only one from my family here. I didn't come to stay. I just wanted to gain some experience and go back home. I try to visit my family often. It takes about 24 hours of flight. It's a long and difficult flight. But it could have been much easier, 12 hours in fact, if the two countries weren't enemies. I usually have one of these in my suitcase. This is a special herb for a signature Iranian dish called qurme sabzi. You can't find this herb here. Shambalile. Say, shambalile. Good. It has a very strong smell.
Undeclared prohibited agricultural items will be confiscated and can result in the issuance of a civil penalty to the traveler for failure to declare the prohibited item.
It's dry, it's not harmful. I know you don't trust me, but please don't throw it away. It's not fresh. Mom, I told you I can't take this much. Every time. I don't blame them. Countries don't trust each other. One can never be suspicious enough. Suspicious of places to go, places to come, suspicious of places to build your home in. My hands smell of shambalile. See for yourselves. The smell is so strong that I'd rather not cook that dish to avoid having my apartment smell like it. All right, sorry, I wasn't gonna stay this long, but I really wanted you to smell this. I'll let you smell and then I leave. Smell, because smell is one of the senses that intensifies nostalgia and a sense of melancholy in a very strong way, especially if you're an immigrant. You don't miss the smell, but the smell makes you miss the things that you even have in your hands, like the rain. You go under it, you touch it, you have it, but the smell makes you miss all the memories at home, in the rain, with no umbrella. I'm talking about the smell of rain when you smell shambalile. It's quite a contrast. Maybe not even a contrast, a dilemma. I believe Royaee, Iranian poet in exile, must have been struggling with this dilemma. I've been trying to translate his poetry, but it doesn't quite give the same feeling. Some words like baran, it means rain. You get it. I say baran, you know I'm talking about rain. It gives the same meaning. But diltangi is close to missing or longing, but neither. It literally means heart tightness. Diltangi.
There's rain in a closed umbrella. There is nostalgia in a closed umbrella. There's rain in a
در
closed
چترهای
umbrella.
بسته باران است.
There is
در
nostalgia
چتر
in a
بسته
closed umbrella.
دلتنگی است.
In a closed umbrella, the city gates are
در
trapped
چترهای
by the
بسته
crowd.
دروازه‌های شهر.
In a closed umbrella, the city gates are trapped by the crowd of ivory.
در چترهای بسته دروازه‌های شهر از ازدحام عاج لگدمال شود.
Children of the nation,
فرض دارم
immigrant groups of people,
دسته‌های مهاجرین اروپا در اعتزاز پرچم‌هاتان ما جلو کودکی‌مان را جا گذاشتیم. در اهتزاز پرچم‌هاتان
in the waving of your flag, we left all our childhood behind.
شهر از صدای شستن
The
می‌آید.
city comes from the sound of washing.
ما از صدای شسته شدن است.
The city comes from the sound of washing. We come from the sound of being washed.
با برگ
With
شسته،
washed leaves,
صخره
washed
شسته،
rocks, washed
دلهای شسته، عینک‌های شسته،
glasses,
هر چیز شسته،
washed glasses,
احتیاط شسته،
washed doubt, washed caution, washed notebook, washed
دفترچه‌های
washed
شسته،
travel, washed notebook, washed unwashed,
سفرنامه‌های
washed up minister, washed travel,
تصمیم‌نامه‌های
washed
شسته،
washed
زمین‌های شسته،
oh desire to wash.
ای اشتیاق شستن،
Where is the flood?
کوسه،
That was a poem by Yadullah Royaee, Iranian poet in exile who passed away only a couple years ago. Royaee introduced a style in Persian poetry that he named espacementalism. He fled to Paris after being arrested and imprisoned during the 1953 coup. This was part of the show. I forgot to say that this is a night of poetry. Poetry by poets in exile from my country. I wasn't supposed to be here when you heard it. I'll wrap up soon and let you enjoy the show. I should say that my character is in this play, but it's played by one of our actors, Allison. This is Allison. She is playing me. She's going to say my monologue.
2 years ago, in 2022, in Iran, a 22-year-old Iranian...
2022. You kept saying 2022 in rehearsals too. That's very American. Start.
2 years ago, in 2022, in Iran, an Iranian woman named Mahsa Amini...
Kurdish Iranian. Don't drop Kurdish. That's a huge part of her identity and what made the situation more intense. Start.
2 years ago, in 2022, an Iranian Kurdish woman named Mahsa Amini died in a hospital days after the morality police arrested her in Tehran. They said she had violated Iran's Islamic dress code that requires women to wear a headscarf or hijab.
Hijab. It's mostly covering the hair. We don't cover the face. Good. Move on.
This sparked worldwide protests against the regime. Many protesters in Iran were killed, executed, or imprisoned. This show is not about that, although you can do some research about the details if you are interested.
Is my accent that big? It's okay if it is. I'm just curious. I'm usually told that my accent is very subtle.
I mean, I can take it down a bit.
No. I don't mind having an accent. I just want to know how you hear it. Keep going.
This sparked worldwide protests against the IR. Many protesters in Iran were killed.
Wait,
What?
why did you say Iran? When have I ever said Iran?
I'm sorry, I slipped.
We had a big discussion about it in rehearsals. This is the one word you can't mispronounce. I told you there'll be some Iranians in the audience and they will be pissed.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure it won't happen again.
Go from this sparked protests.
This sparked worldwide protests against the IR. Many protesters in Iran were killed, executed, or imprisoned. This show is not about that, although you can do some research about the details if you are interested. But when something like this happens in your country, as an immigrant, you can't keep a normal life. Nothing is normal. That's what my friends in Iran were posting on their Instagram. An immigrant wakes up in the morning and checks her phone before opening her eyes. Not because she is addicted to social media, but because while she was asleep, her family, friends, and soil already had their weekday, and many things might have happened, changed, or exploded. She can't limit her screen time because she wants to make sure at any moment those loved ones are still safe and home. Women started throwing their scarves, and they got out on the streets. Most of them got arrested. People were on strikes, nobody went to work, nobody knew what to do when it wasn't normal. Here, I'm constantly on my phone. That's what you do. You're worried about your loved ones while you're late on deadlines.
I want to follow up on that email.
Sending this opportunity your way, the deadline is tomorrow.
Yes, I will submit that by the end of tonight. I'll get that done. Thanks for this. I'll definitely apply.
I'm still waiting on your documents for that grant.
Which grant?
The one you got last year, you have to pay taxes on.
Wait, what?
It's only 30%.
And you still haven't responded to Caleb's email. Don't miss that opportunity. He's a big producer.
Yeah, I don't have any proposals. I can't focus.
Well, it's now or never.
That's the new hashtag of my friends in Iran. It's now or never time to join us for resistance. Here, I want to do something. I think about artists in exile, how they felt during times like the 8 years of Iran-Iraq war in the 80s. I want to read their poetry when their home was red and they were somewhere like here. Here, the sun shines, alarms go off, lines for coffee get longer, emails want to find me well, the subway smells like urine, rats run, rush hour passes, the rain falls.
باران میبارد
The rain falls,
و چکه چکه
and drop by drop,
گاه بر شیشه میخورد.
splashes at times on the window pane. I'm here,
من اینجایم
I'm here.
دور از زادگاه.
There's no sun here.
آفتابی آفتابی اینجاست و من خاکستری تا دور دست میرود.
Proceed into far distances. The morning rain,
باران صبح در پگاه
weeping
خاطره
on lucidity,
و حس تنهایی
in the dawn of
در بامداد شعور
the feeling of loneliness, in the first sunlight of the senses.
من سفر میکنم
I travel with a sail of
با
sorrow,
آبان اندوه
with words of you.
و با واژه های حافظه
I come in the wind, searching for you.
در باد به جستجوی تو میآیم.
I will pluck the smell of pine trees from the creeks of
و
memories.
بوی از جویبار خاطر میچینم و در منتهای حول می‌نیرم. نه
No,
این سرانجام انسان نیست.
this is not the end of being human. An exiled man,
انسان تبعید شده،
a homeless man,
انسان در بدر،
groggy without refuge,
انسان خسته، کسل،
a man without pride.
نه این سرانجام انسان نیست که نام نیلوفر را زیاد ببرد.
No, this is not the end of being human.
که نام نیلوفر را زیاد
To
ببرد.
forget the names of water lilies and the memories of palm
و خاطر
trees
نخل‌ها را
and your sorrows.
و اندوه تو را
Oh, you, your soil most defenseless.
ای بی پناه ترین خاک.
The cracked lips of your hollow places have remained open, thirsty for the rain. The morning rain is the rain of memory, the rain of tears, the rain of memories, the rain of wind, the rain of leaves, the rain of being born in the narrow streets of a flourishing village. The morning rain is the morning rain.
This was by Nasim Khaksar from Khuzestan, a region in south of Iran known for its high temperatures that can reach 50 degrees Celsius, 122 Fahrenheit. The poet conveys a sense of displacement by contrasting it with the cold, damp weather of the Netherlands, where he fled to after being arrested by political activity before the Islamic Revolution. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be here. The show will start soon. My dad is insisting that I should focus on my work here. He believes that people will win over the government soon, and then we'll all be together at home. Shalpur will be back too, he says. Shalpur is his friend, who's an artist in exile. Shalpur's waiting for a time when he would get a call from someone in Iran to go back and work there again. I never got to talk to him, otherwise I would have told him that that call will probably never happen. Once you leave, people forget you. If only I could have a clone. Hey, I think we should rotate the person who plays me. You're doing a great job. I just want to see how others would translate me, you know?
Sure. If you have any notes for me.
No, it's okay. You're giving me a touch of, I don't know, like the gestures that I see in Hollywood Middle Eastern movies. I don't know if I have those.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been observing you since rehearsal started. I don't know why it's coming off that way.
I mean, maybe I do have those stereotypical traits. Let me see. Olivia? You play Deniz. I just want to try.
Oh, okay. Which scene?
Let's do Going Back 3.
I miss my parents.
U.S. citizens are warned not to travel to Iran.
I haven't slept well for weeks. I need to be there.
In 2014, Iranian-American journalist Jason Rezaian was arrested on his trip to Iran. They accused him of being a spy for the United States.
It's different when you're a journalist or a celebrity. Nobody knows me.
Posted on social media in support of the protesters, which could be
Propaganda against the establishment. That's what they indicted him on.
You're being overprotective. I've been back and forth so many times with no problem.
Oh, how come they didn't arrest you?
I have Iranian friends who say that if you go to Iran a lot, you get arrested unless you cooperate with the Islamic Republic and become a spy.
Bullshit. Your friends must have lost their minds in the fake news. I have family there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm comfortable working with you anymore.
Are you kidding me?
That's not a nice thing to say. I love working with you. I think the ending of the project no longer works with me though. Good luck.
You may wonder how I reacted. Yes, I felt offended. I felt vulnerable, but I didn't know what to say. An immigrant needs time to process the gestures, the words, the consequences. An immigrant doesn't yell, but whispers.
How did I do?
We'll get it. I'll just add a line to the script that every time someone plays me must announce that they're me.
Oh, you know this is my first attempt. I can rehearse and
I think it's good that it rotates. I think it will be better. I kind of like it that way.
do you want each of us to focus on one aspect of your character then?
And now it's all right. Studying me is not the point of this play. You're released. Okay. This has been the longest curtain speech in history. One last piece of information and I'm out of here. Everybody's fleeing. Protesters are being shot. The economy is collapsing. Theater artists are on strike. They don't want to accept the mandatory hijab for their actresses on stage anymore, and this means that they can't stage anything. Hope and motivation are lost. People are looking for a window to jump out of. I want to do something. I want to engage my theater friends and motivate them to keep working. I came up with an idea to engage them. I wanted them to design shadow puppets and then showcase their works in New York. It would be a great opportunity for them to feel like their works matters and they're being seen without surrendering to the government's rules. I reach out to my friend Becky, who's a stage director in Iran, and I ask him to help me find young puppet designers who are on strike. سلام وحید جان، چطوری؟ ببین من برای اجرای شعرام دنبال طراح عروسکم. کسی رو میشناسی معرفی کنی؟ ترجیحاً کسی که بیکار شدن و موقعیت و انگیزه خوبیه واسه کار کردن براشون. After 3 weeks, I still haven't heard from him. I go to find them on my own.
They don't want to answer your greetings. Their heads are in the collars.
سلامت را نمیخواهند پاسخ گو. سرها در گریبان است.
No one raised their heads to meet and greet their friends.
کسی سر در نیارد که پاسخ گفتن دیدار یاران را.
Hold on, you can't see anything but the feet in front of you.
دیگر جز پیش پا را دید نتوان کرد تا
For the path is dark and slippery. And if you reach out the hand of love to someone, they reluctantly pull their hand out of their pocket.
هوا بس ناجوان مردان سردستار. سلام را تو پاسخ
Where the cold is burning hard.
بگشای.
The weather is so brutally cold. Oh, you, answer my greeting. Open the door. The weather is gloomy. The doors are closed. The heads are closed. The hands are warm. The breaths are cloudy. Hearts are tired. The earth is heartbroken. The ceiling of the sky is low. The dust is brooding. It is winter.
I wasn't expecting that. Usually, people get super excited about working internationally, and they didn't show any interest. Some showed interest, but then they said they couldn't focus on sketching any ideas. What does it matter anyways, they asked. It kind of made me question my motivations. What does my work matter? What am I doing? You play me.
It's a ridiculous idea. How do you want to engage the artists in Tehran? Long-distance rehearsals never work.
They will only design puppets. We could have meetings online.
How are you going to pay them? You can't have any financial transaction with Iran.
I can pay them in cash when I go there.
How come they never arrest you when you go back?
And then report to the funder that you took that money from the US to Iran, sure.
I'll pay out of pocket.
No, can't do that. Once you give the designers credit, you need to include them in your budget report.
Are you sure you have no family connections to the Iranian government?
Just hire some Iranian artists in exile. That would be easier.
But then how do I help the ones who are inside? I wanted to give them some motivation.
Well, apparently they don't need you for motivation.
You're putting yourself into trouble for nothing.
Go Nahar Baba.
Where did you learn that?
Oh, you said when you speak Farsi.
That was so I almost peed in my pants.
Oh.
Can we take a break?
Yeah, okay, it is time. Everyone take a 10.
Thank you,
Thank you, Tim.
I pause my creative process. I'm on strike. I read more. Maybe I will find myself in philosophy. Philosophy is supposed to open up possibilities. Maybe I shouldn't care about those artists and their motivations. They'll find their way out. Maybe I should stop thinking about going back. Maybe I should stay. Maybe I am finally an immigrant. And maybe I shouldn't go back and forth too much. Maybe Adorno can help me find my answers. I kind of relate to him. He too didn't want to leave Germany forever. After his emigration to the US, it took him years to finally immerse himself fully in the American culture while maintaining his German identity. Adorno was under surveillance by the FBI when he was in the United States. I find it surprising that even as a white German immigrant, he too had the sense of isolation and a constant fear of deportation that all of us have. Okay, I need a Deniz and someone to play Mark.
Is that Farsi or Arabic?
It's Farsi. You're actually the first person who thought of that option. Most people just assume it's Arabic. Impressive knowledge.
I've been to Iran, that's why. Are you from Tehran?
I am.
For the first time, I wasn't quite sure if I could see that look on his face. I always recognize that look. It's a certain look when I tell someone that I'm from Iran. That look that you see in their eyes, taking fragments of the news and completing an image with them. It works like an optical illusion. If I tell you the outline of the map of Iran looks like a cat, you try to see the cat. Once you see that, you can't undo seeing it. However they change the lines, you still see the cat. That is the look. An image of me that the media has created in their minds. They can't unsee that image. Then there's a sudden distrust. Then the guilt from that distrust, because a moment ago they saw me as a nice, polite woman. The memory of 9/11 and how they probably asked their kids to stay away from the Middle Eastern looking people. The guilt of that kind of raises them.
It is a unique city. I didn't just spend a penny there. People just invited me to everything. They were so nice.
Yeah, they're really hospitable. They're also obsessed with Westerners.
Mark.
Deniz,
Deniz, is that with a Z?
just Z.
So, what do you do?
Well, I'm a theater artist.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that term.
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything in theater. Acting, directing, playwriting, a mediocre jack of all.
And I guess I'm a music artist.
Huh. Yeah, it's not fair that you have the word musician for that, but I can't say I'm a theatrician. I need to say theater artist, which might sound a bit self-important to people, only we don't really get any recognition or money. So, yeah, there's really no reason to be self-important.
It doesn't really sound self-important to me. I like being Trisha, though. So do you have anything on stage today?
Yeah, I'm working on my new play, and I'll be acting in a show in a couple of months.
Wow, really busy then.
Yeah.
That's great. You must be so humble to call yourself so mediocre.
Oh, okay, we can talk about that when you see my work.
I'd love to. So, we'll be talking again, right?
Sure.
We've been dating for 6 months now.
So are you sure it's safe to go home?
Don't worry, I'll be back in no time.
Can your parents come visit you instead?
Yes, but I still want to do something for my people. I want to engage the artists, give them some motivation to work. They can never come see my works in the US. Why should they care? I don't want to be like Shapur. I don't want to wait for someone to call me from home and ask me back.
Why do you want to go back when you have people who are asking you to be here? I miss you.
I miss you too.
You'll be home soon.
Home?
I was in Tehran in the fall. It was gorgeous. Can you bring me a leaf?
Just a leaf?
Yeah.
You got it.
Of course, I brought him more than just a week. My mom makes these sour cherry jams. They're heavy. This is all I could bring to keep my luggage under 23 kilos, 50 pounds. Try them. If you're not allergic. They're really good. They have sour cherries, rose water, sugar, and that's it. Yeah, it's really good. I know you might not believe it, but my mom actually made those. Yeah, good. By now, things have de-escalated in Iran. Theater artists are starting to stage their shows again. There are fewer protests. Things seem to be back to normal. But I still decided to do this project. This is still the story of my people, of me, and those artists in exile whose home seems far and foggy.
It's nice, the big opening.
I'm nervous.
Guess what?
What?
We're sold out the whole weekend.
Really?
Our friends have packed the theater tonight. They want to see your show.
They want to see our show.
Okay, I gotta go get ready. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I wasn't supposed to stay this long, but I stayed because I felt like you wanted me to tell you these stories. And I'm wondering if home is where you're asked to tell your stories, your poems, your music, your anecdotes. I'm wondering if my home is theater.
دیار من همه طول راه بود و طول بودم من و راه بودم و طول راه که قربانی دیارم بود.
In order to understand and remember home, we distance ourselves from the home itself. And our most important medium for the presence of home is the length of its distance, which reminds us of the suffering in seeing and reaching it.
Hey, friends are waiting for you in the lobby.
I'll be there. This was the longest curtain speech in history. I'll leave now to let the show begin. Amidst the darkness that's overgrowing the world like an ivy, theater may be our own rescuer. The absolute darkness before the show starts, the collective anticipation of light, the inevitable contemplation in those moments of darkness. Let the show begin.